Hello everybody and welcome to episode 12 of my Bosporan Kingdom campaign Let's Play for Imperator Rome, the 1.2 Cicero Beta. Now we left off in the last episode after our big war with Phrygia. We were pulled into that through proxy by Macedon guaranteeing Pontus, and Phrygia were attacking Pontus, so we got kind of pulled into it through that. So it wasn't really our direct war, and as a result, I really just sent in an army just to kind of mop up some pops and slaves and things like that, but it went far better than I ever could have imagined. We got so much money and pops out of it, it was crazy. Really did some economic damage to Phrygia. Now Phrygia lost that war, they bounced out, even though the army losses was actually a little bit more on our side than their side. So they had had enough of the war. They couldn't keep their territories under control because they were just at war with too many people, I think. Bithynia, Macedon, Paphlagonia, Pontus, Sinope, Cappadocia, and Trapezos, and Heraclea Pontica. So it's kind of interesting. It seems like Heraclea Pontica died. They went away somehow. But Paphlagonia expanded, Pontus expanded, Sinope expanded, Cappadocia expanded, Bithynia and Macedon. So Phrygia really took a bit of a beating, lost a bunch of territories, lost a bunch of pops, no doubt lost some money, and they really only have this one little sliver of territory left on the coastline now, which is kind of funny. We still have territory here, by the way. I never really look at it, but we do have that territory there, so it's worth remembering that. So that's kind of the situation with Phrygia. Now we also got attacked by a nation called Clepia and their ally Radatensia, I think, that were around here. And I'd said in the last episode what I was planning to do with that once we captured it was to just siphon it off as a vassal. So that's what we're going to do, and that's the first thing we're going to do in this episode. There is a part of a province here that we own, a part of a province here that we own, and a part of this province, and I really don't want any of it. Now what I'm thinking of doing is parsing this one off. Parsing this one off here into its own nation and then selling it this territory. I should be able to do that, and then just parsing another one off. If I could have just made one vassal, that would have been nice, but they're not connected, and I don't want to separate these ones out. I'm happy to control this territory, even though it's inland a bit, right? Even though it's inland, but we're happy to keep control of that one. The other reason for this is I was having a look, and this is part of Venedia, its own region, so we'd have to put its own governor on there. It's a whole thing. So I think it's better just to leave it and just not have to deal with it. The advantages of doing this is that essentially, well, let's have a look. Well, let's just do it. Okay, so we're going to go with Verticem first, which I think is this one, Subcarpathia. All right, so we just go release subject, see you later, and there you go. It's as easy as that. It doesn't cost anything. It just happens. It's kind of weird. You think it would cost a stability hit or something. But yeah, Subcarpathia is now its own city-state. And there they are. They have Greek traditions, they're an autocratic monarchy, and it's really it's a little bit of a gamey way of doing things, because essentially they're going to inherit our government type and they're going to inherit our traditions and all of that. So that's, I think, why they have become Greek traditions and an autocratic monarchy. I think so, anyway. So now we're going to go, let's see, influence, is it? Influence, sell territories. Oh, it looks like we actually could sell them territories down here, which I might do then. So let's give them Tumen. Territory sold, no problem. Let's just back out and have a look at that. Yes, look at that, Subcarpathia. All well and good. Now I wonder, is there any reason I should not break this off into its own state and instead like have two vassals rather than one? I'd rather have the one so they have a better chance of expanding and growing. I think that would be nicer. So let's do that. So Subcarpathia it is. So let's try to sell them all of these little territories. See if this works. We have to do it. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. So maybe I could be. We have to wait month by month to sell them city by city. It's just a bit awkward. No, I'll do that. Okay, so every month we're going to have to sell them a city. It's a little bit microwave, but whatever. It seems like it could work. They were highlighted before, so hopefully it will work. I thought you had to be adjacent, but it didn't seem to care. But anyway, the benefits of this, I think, is that these guys are going to be the same culture roughly as the area they're in, right? They're going to be, I would imagine, Dacian. Harpii, which is part of the Dacian culture group. So I'm guessing that their pops are basically going to be Dacian. Yeah. And Salmoxian, which means they're going to have a much easier and quicker time of expanding out this way than I will. And at a later date, if I wanted to, I could just integrate them. If they're on good terms with me, we could just integrate them, take all that territory. It seems like it's actually a really, maybe possibly, dare I say, clever way of expanding into areas where you don't own, like you're not part of that culture. Because that's going to be their dominant culture group, I think. Because it'd be really weird if their dominant culture was... Yeah, I don't know where it says. Because for me it says, like, in my nation view, I'm Bosporan, part of the Hellenistic group. I wonder, are they part of Hellenistic groups because we've created them? Or not? I don't know. maybe if I'm missing that or where it says forest heritage, not Hellenistic heritage. So I'm guessing that they're their own culture. It probably just takes the dominant culture when it creates them. So that's pretty interesting. So that means that is a really effective way of what's normally a tribal culture expanding, and then just we can integrate them later on. So it's a nice little, we'll see how that kind of pans out. And I don't think we need to do much else, right? That's pretty much it. We've ended the war. So let's just check our current situation and messages and stuff. So we've an exiled army. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I've never seen that before. A navy that's exiled. So we must have been kicked out of the port of Byzantium by Bithynia, because we're not allies with them, and we're no longer in a war together. So we've been kicked out of that. Let's increase the fleet maintenance. That's actually kind of nice that I guess it did it, because we could have been thrown out on top of a pirate while we're not paying them. For now, let's just send these guys... What is that symbol? I'm not sure what that symbol is. It's like a little exclamation mark and a man. Maybe it's to do with this army being there. Let's send them over here. I like putting them over there, which I think is kind of cool. Actually, up here is probably better. So send them up to Phanagoria, and they should be good. Alright. So then we have Archius' the second, so we'll just leave them pretty much where they are. I think they're fine. We have Kasake's cavalry. We're going to bring them in somewhere. I don't know, just bring them to Olbia for now. And then we have the Wrath of Olympia, who we could probably put Leostratus back on it. There's still a chance, maybe she's 43 years old. There's still maybe a chance that she can have another kid. We'll wait until maybe she's 45 and then we'll call it a day. But now we have one son, Philippus Spartacus. So the line is protected, but it's really all our eggs in one basket, right? It's just the one kid. There he is. He is just 1 year old. He has 1 finesse, 2 charisma. Pretty charismatic little baby. He comes from a great family. A little bit of power already because he's the primary heir. And he's being targeted. What does this mean? Ah, this man wants to be his patron. And it says that this will always succeed. And then we'll get a message, I think, whether or not we want to let him be the patron. I don't really know how that affects it. Is he going to get some of these skills? Maybe, maybe not. He's not a good martial guy, so I don't know if I'd want this guy necessarily doing that. The music has just gone really loud suddenly. Sorry about that. Alright, so that's that situation. We now have... Oh yeah, so the last thing then to talk about is we converted, we changed into now what is known as a major power. Okay, so we're now a major power, which means that I think... I don't know if we've got the message yet, but I don't think our alliances are going to hold up again with Colchis and Macedon anymore. So we're going to have to think about how that's going to change. Also, Talantia is occupying part of Macedon, and Talantia used to be... Yeah, they're over here. So this seems to be some other war going on with Macedon right now. Let's just check on that really quickly. They're at war with Talantia. Yeah, weird. They've lost some territory. They haven't called me into that one. And I don't see myself in the ally screen. It just says I'm guaranteed. Oh no, that's not even me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it'll probably trigger soon. I think it takes a while, but it'll probably trigger and say, do you want to be their ally, or you've now been made their guarantee, or yeah, exactly. I'll be guaranteeing them, I think. Anyway, getting off track just a little bit. I thought we'd have just a very quick look around the world. I noticed that Rome conquered quite a bit of southern Gaul, Transalpine Gaul. Carthage are currently taking out Tartessia, so they're conquering more of Iberia. Lusonia have gotten quite big. The Sequania tribe has gotten quite big. Damnonia seem to be doing pretty good. Coritania, Dumnonia. Oh wow, the Iceni, who are more dominant in Britain, are actually gone now. The Avionia, they're doing pretty well. And the Swabi are growing. So thought we'd have a look. Also, Cyrenaica, or Cyrene, let's just call them Cyrene, took out Alexandria. They actually managed to take Alexandria for themselves. So Cyrene are actually now quite a formidable country. They've got nearly 1,000 pops, 54 territories. They're doing all right for themselves. And I think that's pretty much everything that's major that's happened in the world. Moria are quite big, and Bactrian wars and things like that. But there's nothing else too crazy going on with the world. So yeah, we're all caught up. So this is going to be probably, unless we got thrown into another war immediately, probably a little bit more of a chilled episode. Let's see. Unused trade routes, but we are almost getting everything we need. Cloth, maybe? Oh wow, we could actually get camels if we wanted them. And glass is available to us now. Civilization level. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some glass from Macedon. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's that. We still have the bad research ratio. We're lacking a governor out here, but we're going to sell that territory, so that's fine. The exiled navy is coming up north. Scorned families, that's fine. Legitimacy and pretender support. So we're pretty high on legitimacy. It really hasn't been an issue for us at all throughout this playthrough. What I'd like to do, while we have sort of high aggressive expansion again, is do something like... We don't need to hold games. She's very popular. We don't need to demand oaths. They will fall in line as our child grows. We could summon a war council at some point, but I think I might do patronize the arts just to increase that civilization value. I'll wait just a little bit. The next thing was Tafros is growing into a metropolis. Oops. But that's not going to be done until the 30th of April 540, so that's about a year and a half to go. So still quite a while yet. We could do another stab of the pig. What would that give us? Cost 37. I'm actually going to do that. So stability will be increasing. 63 is already decent, but we could go higher. So we will. Alright, and then we don't need to be paying for the forts. I'm going to keep paying the armies because I want them to drill. I'm happy to pay them because we're making a lot of money. And yeah, I think that's basically it. So the goal of this one is going to be growing our manpower, siphoning this off as a client state again, and then maybe doing some... We need to do some diplomacy, kind of make some people happy with us again, because not, you know, with the aggressive expansion, people are going to be unhappy with us. I think it would be good to improve their opinion of Rome, so let's do that now. Let's improve the opinion. Let's see who else we should be thinking about doing that with. I think it'd be just good in general to do it with Egypt. Sow the seeds for future, because now we're a major power, so we need to talk to the other major powers to get them on our side. Iberia seem really, really big. What do they got? 76 territories, 2 grand in gold, 900 pops. Not actually as big as they look, I suppose, but let's just do it with them as well. So, oh, you know what? Siracia is probably someone I'm going to attack because they don't have any allies. Yeah, they still don't. And we've only got the one ally now, Subcarpathia, that we can actually call into wars. Of course, we have Sarmatia and Heniokia as our vassals, but they don't join us in wars. So we got to kind of think of that in future. So the next targets really are Paphlagonia, Colchis, the whole coastline here. I don't think I'm going to go for Macedon unless Macedon actually lose to Talantia. I can't see myself attacking them. Because they're guaranteeing a bunch of people. Macedon is now guaranteed by Phrygia. That's so weird. How the hell has that happened? That's so weird. I mean, they were just at war like a year ago. And Egypt is also guaranteeing Macedon. So Macedon are kind of untouchable for a while. So we'll have to see how that goes. But let's just let time play. Figure out our cultures and stuff. Figure out the diplomacies and the disloyal characters. See if we can get everything back on. It seems like, by the way, when I load the game, this is what happens. This power base just increases by a whole lot for his holdings. Very weird. But he's starting to get a bit old now, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, we're going to be focusing a bit more internal and trying to build up the economy. The economy is already really good, but we can definitely do more with it. Constructing city buildings. If we want more free men and manpower. And then we also want more citizens. The problem that we have is we've just got way too many goddamn slaves. We have 55% of our nation is made up of slaves. 245 are still tribesmen, which is just crazy. So Scythia, where is Scythia? Scythia is here. They're on the civilization policy, but... So yeah, let's just hop down into it and see. Every territory in the province gets the following effect. Monthly civilization change. Have they changed it so that tribesmen don't convert now? That's what it sounds like. It used to say that this policy would actually have a random chance of converting them up to a certain percentage based on the finesse of the governor, but that doesn't seem the case anymore. So in that regards, because we don't have a city here... Oh, we do. We have Calatus. Yeah, this is really where we're going to have to like say, okay, we want to get rid of those tribesmen. Like, tribesmen should be decreasing, but we just need to, yeah, slowly over time convert them. So what we want to do is promote, right? So we want to look for promotion speeds. Yeah. So for promotion speed, it's going to take me a second to find that. I think it was an academy that does it. There we go. An academy. So extra research and promotion speed. It's also a little bug that's in red writing. It's supposed to be green, but there you go. So let's do that. Let's get a couple of these. increase the speed at which we're promoting pops. Right now, we're already promoting like a tribesman into freeman. We just want to keep doing that. And the civilization value here is 31. So what is this doing for us right now? It's increasing our pop capacity. It's decreasing the barbarian growth. It's increasing the migration attraction. And it's making local tribesmen quite unhappy. So we want to double down on that. I'm going to even pay for this to speed that up. So civilization, so coordinating urban development. It's going to give us a little bit of extra max civilization level and a little bit extra change per month. It's a really small amount, but every little helps. Alright, we're letting time play. So we'll see what happens. You know, I don't know if we're going to get attacked at this point. It's really down to the diplomacy of it. If we just sort by neighbors, maybe. Neighbors and region. And see who's most likely. The most likely will be Moesia, who attacked us before, so they are just above Macedon. Armenia, that would be interesting again. Getia, Saracia. Yeah, so I think Saracia is going to be a good one to go for. And we have a lack of a governor now here. And we're lack of a researcher. Let's just get this guy in, because he's from a scorned family. Rubobostes Paeperos. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we want to sell these territories. So let's talk to these guys. Say, hey, sell. You can only do one at a time. And it says no. It's free. We need at least one more positive than negative. The base is 30. They don't want to accept a free territory. Or can I just say yes anyway? Oh wow, they... Okay. That's interesting. I didn't anticipate that. That is kind of weird. This is a bit of a pain, so I'm just going to actually just release this itself. Whatever. And, you know, they can figure it out themselves. So it's Zargadava. There we go. And they're gone. So Zargadava is its own thing. It is now, it's still our client state, so, you know, don't worry. But they're both our client state. They should grow on their own. We don't have to worry about them. We don't have to put a governor down there or anything like that. So that is all done and dusted now. Cool. So what else do we have? We don't have a risk of civil war. We're only at 5% for power, so that's fine. So leather from Clepia. Yeah, sure, that's okay. Holding a triumph cost, changing governor policy costs reduced. Tempted to do that. The price of our... I don't know what determines the base cost of inventions, but it is going up. Like 210 is quite a lot now just for one invention. So I'm not too sure exactly what does that. And we're just going to be waiting on getting this manpower back. We're gaining 453 each month. Military restructuring. So Machatas, the Sarmatian Kasake, has initiated a wide-ranging restructuring of the officers under his command. He assures us that this will allow for a more efficient command hierarchy. Curiously, our attaché has noted that officers with strong Republican ideals are not receiving any promotions, yet it is hard to deny the effectivity of his move. Okay. So he'll gain loyalty, but he might become more ambitious. That's all right. I'm sure he'll be fine. I trusted him implicitly. Ephrocrates. I want to make sure that this is all right. He's really disloyal. Something I always think about, I often get lazy with. I think like, oh yeah, the secession is not going to happen for ages. But if she were to die suddenly, you know, assassinated, whatever the case might be, that would be a nightmare then, because you'd immediately erupt into civil war. So it is good to not have this situation where someone is just disloyal. Any more babies? Still no more babies. I kind of like the idea that we have just the one, but I am just worried that he will not make it all the way. So we're going to go National Freeman Happiness again. That's pretty much the only one I'm using. Buffing the happiness of our freemen so that we may end up producing more manpower per month. An alliance from Phrygia. That could be really useful if we end up trying to take out Paphlagonia and some of the smaller nations here. Obviously impressed by our war initially, they want now a new alliance. That's tempting. Let's have a look at them just to see what the situation is. Oh, man, they have just like... I don't know, like, you know, they just have so many problems if they were to... I feel like they're going to be going to war a lot, and I'm just not ready for that. So I'm just going to have to say no for now. But it's really tempting, maybe in future. Maybe in future. This guy looks awesome, by the way, with the eye patch. So let's see our own diplomatic situation. So now I have... Oh, that's not me. Now my subjects are Sarmatia, Heniokia, Klein State Subcarpathia, and Zargadava. Then we have a truce with all the people we're fighting recently. We're granting military access to a bunch of people. Sarmatia. So importing, exporting, allowed military access, improving opinion. So it doesn't say that I'm guaranteeing Macedon or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing them. So that didn't switch into a guarantee. That's weird. It normally does. Yeah, so I have just nothing to do with that's really odd. I feel like that's also not intentional. Normally when you go up a power level, it will then say that like you're now switching your alliances from guarantee to guarantees. Maybe they've changed it to get rid of that. I don't know. But this means that now when you go up a level, it just severs all the connections I just had and I have to rebuild them. Seems a bit strange to do that. And that's maybe why Phrygia are interested in talking. It looks like Messenia totally took out Talantia and they've expanded from coast to coast. Syracuse are attacking Rome. And Carthage managed to take out that part of Iberia again. Okay, well, interesting. I'm just trying to think who's the ally. Who's going to be the ally? Phrygia are really one of the only major powers around at this point, around me, that I could ally with. Egypt, I suppose. Maybe at some point in future. Let's just leave it. We don't need one for now, hopefully. So that means if we were to attack Macedon, theoretically... Oh, we can't anyway. May not declare war while your opinion of them is 100 or above. My own opinion of them is quite high. But they have... Oh yeah, but they're being guaranteed by Phrygia and Egypt. Okay, so it's a really weird situation that the whole diplomatic table is just flipped. How much money are we making now? 22.8. Gonna speed up time then. I was just taking it easy at the beginning. We're still lacking 16,000 men from the armies. That is quite a lot. Those two battles against Clepia were really pretty devastating because we lost about 20,000 men from them. Livestock from Clepia? Yeah, that's alright. Alright, I'm just going to sit back a little bit. See what happens. Just going to take it easy. Want to kind of do some building. So we wanted to do a bit more with regards to free men. So let's see where the most free men are. Torica. So in this area here, what I'll do is open up the macro builder. Look at free men. And then think of where we want to build them. I don't want to build them in these coastal cities because... You get a benefit to commerce with coastal ports, so they should always really be citizens. But that's kind of where all everything is done. Because we're such a coastal nation, I guess it makes sense. So what is it? Marketplaces are really the ones that will make us a lot of money if we build them on the coasts. These places are all going to have... They're going to tend to have more citizens there. Not always, but most of them probably will. So I'll be interested to see our money jump up in 160 days. And see what the commerce value changes to, if anything. Yeah, we're not paying our forts. We are still paying the fleet, so I'll stop paying the fleet now. And we'll start training the armies. The reason, of course, I'm training them, the main reason is to get the military experience up so that we can get more traditions quickly. Right, I don't know if there's much else we need to do. We're really just... Now we're just... Oh yeah, you know what? This is a long time coming that we're supposed to change this back. I totally forgot about that in the last episode. So we're not matching our ideas right now. This should be a civic idea, but instead it's a... religious idea. So this is the one I want to change. This needs to be a civic idea. So what do we got? Slave output 20%, commerce income 20%, build time. What's really interesting is, yeah, our slaves are making a lot, 34. So we'll do this, slave output. And there we go. We're now matching the ideals. And now we're also getting a further 10%. So 20 plus 10. Wow. Okay, our money should jump in a few days. 34 up to 41. Okay, it went up by 7. Nice. We're now making fat bank. Alright, we're trading with Egypt, which is good. That's a lot of money now. 32 per month. 32 big ones. Just going to make sure that our capital has an excess of wheat. Yes, it does. Grain, that's good, because we get the extra manpower buffs. And we're about to get a bunch of marketplaces now in 25 days. Then we're going to start building the freemen buildings. And maybe founding some new cities, because if we have some inland cities, at least then we can argue for freemen. But we have a bad research ratio as well, so it's not even a bad thing to try. We're aiming for citizens either, but it would be good to get obviously more freemen, because that's just what we've been lacking this entire playthrough, really. Chief Magistrate Data Ferens offers friendship. He comes from Heniokia. It could be useful. No. No. So region map mode. Maybe we can do some enticing. They've got pretty loyal governors everywhere, so nothing too crazy. What about Messenia? Pretty loyal Rome. We can't do anything this far out anyway, so it's a bit of a wasted thing. Albania. Yep, there's just not much for us to do. Weird one. Alright. More trade routes. Could we get more glass or anything like that? Glass, wine, or cloth is really what we're looking for. So wine, nope. The only thing we can get is salt, so we'll just get it for the money for now. We already have an excess of it. We're just trying to get it for the money. You know what? I actually haven't looked around at other places that could have trade routes. I didn't think of that at all for a while now. So this little place out here could be getting something. Yeah, growth in grain and stuff like that is usually pretty good. Monthly food 3, monthly food 3. So there's nothing too crazy for the surplus in the province. It's basically just food if we get any of those ones. What about wild game? Tribesman output. Yeah. Okay. So this one now needs something as well. So if we can match... Oh, we don't need to match the figure because it's not the capital, but just whatever. I don't know. Food is super strong everywhere. We just don't have to worry about it at all. So food is declining here. So we could. It makes sense to get some food in this place. Why is that? Oh yeah, just okay. That's just the way it is. So yeah, let's get provincial food capacity. If we get salt, our reserves of food goes up for each surplus up to 400. Or we could just bring in excess fish, which increases food by 3 per month. Yeah, so that will sort out the food issue in this place. No problem. And is that it? Oh, that's weird that this is... it didn't change. Oh, maybe because it's the capital? Oh, no, it's not the capital. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. It's just a weird bug. Error, I think. Okay, we've got 2 here. So food is going down here as well. So we'll get... We need 2 sources of vegetables or 2 livestock. We can get livestock from... Let me see. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. This might be enough to bring it up. Okay, it says it's changing positively now. Alright, so that's our own internal provincial routes sorted for a while. It should sort out the food everywhere as well. Cool, let's speed it up even a bit more now. We're going to go ultra speed. Dun, 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 dun. So, she's 45. It doesn't look like... Uh-oh. We were insulted by Macedon. Huh. An unwelcome gift. So this is where a builder builds something and it looks ugly. We can just say, this is hideous. So that's a little bit worrying that Macedon felt the need to insult me after I helped them out in their wars. Their opinion is -88. So we could declare war on them. That would bring in Messenia, Phrygia, and Egypt. Oh my god. I think we almost do need that alliance with Phrygia for now. They don't want to do the alliance anymore. Competing power, they'll get too many relations. Uh-oh. I'm starting to feel kind of alone. Everybody starting to feel kind of alone. And there's no one around me that can be my ally. It's so strange, isn't it? It's like... There's just no one big enough to be my ally. Only Phrygia. Or Egypt, I suppose. They're pretty far away. Yes. Okay, let's... Yeah, this is a good idea. This is a good move. Alliance with Egypt. Makes sense, I think, for sure. Because at least if it was an attack by Phrygia or Macedon, these guys would have to think about breaking their previous alliances and coming helping. Being assaulted again? Blood shall run through the streets of your capital. Wow. The hell, man? What the hell? Me and Macedon were like super tight. God, we need that manpower. We've halfway to increasing our armies back up. Oh, we got barbarians here. Well, I guess we're gonna have to send an army up there to deal with them. Who are we sending? Archius. He's only 28. Oh my god, he's so young, and he's got 11 martial. He almost has no. He's like he's just nothing else. He's just I am martial. Not married. Nothing else going on with him. He's just straight up military. That's all he cares about. In fact, he's so good. He's probably a better researcher more than anything. Same with this person. So let's have a look. I haven't changed research in a while. So this person. 70 years old. Let's pop this guy on. Although he's 11. We'll wait then. We'll wait. National tax 12%. My god. Can the tax go any higher? So they're actually sieging me here. Is this is there a fort? There is a fort. Okay, we're nearly there. Oh, you know what? We should be paying for these forts. Might slow it down just a tad. I don't feel like you should be able to do that when there's someone already on it. How can you just suddenly pay for more garrisons? Seems a bit weird. I guess the people in there, maybe you're forcing them to come out and man the walls. We've got a drought. A particularly harsh year has led to the drought in the province of Olbia, withering the crops and leading to food shortages across the area. Local officials are begging for our support to avert a crisis. It is our responsibility, so we'll lose some money. Yeah, sure. We've got 400 gold now. Alright, so let's start investing in that old manpower that we keep talking about constantly. So, freemen, right? We're just going to build this pretty much everywhere we can, even though there's not going to be that much of an increase. Alright, so there's some forums, some manpower buildings, basically. A forum is gonna, let's just double check. Local freeman happiness 3. Freeman ideal fraction 6. So it increases the amount of freemen we'll have eventually. Now, if we want manpower directly, we need to be building training camps on top of those. We'll wait for a while until we get done with that. We're victorious. Archius has won his battle. We can just keep drilling and we can turn off paying the forts. We don't need to anymore. So I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we've done a lot, actually, in terms of building up. So things are looking good. We just need to lower that aggressive expansion. It's negative 15 per month. So it takes a good few months before we even drop by 1. Patronize the arts. Monthly civilization change. And then primary culture happiness. Yeah, let's do that. Now, another thing that's interesting, we probably have the metropolis now. This is probably a metropolis, I'm guessing. That bar is still there. Is it a metropolis? It is. It kind of sucks because it doesn't look any different, I don't think. I wish it... I'm not expecting a radical overhaul, but I do wish it changed to being the proper... Oh, you know what? It is actually majority Scythian still. What? Oh, right. I thought she went missing. One day, the mysterious Asclepian wise man showed up in Chaoria, and now he has just suddenly disappeared. Though we searched the whole capital for him, he is nowhere to be found. Nobody has seen him leave. Maybe he was Asclepius after all. She did have that health from him for a very long time. She still has it for another 10 years, actually. Oh, no. It says Olympia will lose the effect. Oh. So her health actually went up for a long time with him, but now it's going to go back down, so... There you go. Siphon funds. How's the baby? 3 and 2. He's 4 years old. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for a 4-year-old. Hopefully it keeps growing. Interestingly, he's more finesse than his mother already. There's a barbarian on me right now. Not really sure how that happened. He's moving to Verticem. Yeah, okay, we'll finish him off. Oh, he's finished off now. Good. So our client states managed to handle that on their own, which is nice. I guess the benefit, the added thing of like, oh yeah, I am getting bigger, and I was complaining that I don't have any allies. I guess the trade-off is, well, I have client states, and I can even make some if I needed them. So that is a benefit. All right, we're nearly back up with the manpower. How much are we getting now? 524. So that is more than we started with in this episode. So that's good. Doesn't feel right that he's not leading an army. Let's put him back on Wrath of Olympia. So he has his one kid. He's in the capital. I'm sure the wife is there. She's 46. She's just taking care of young Philippus, the 4-year-old. Caliston, it's one of her friends. Yeah, I don't really know what else to do now. I'm just waiting for manpower to go up. Oh, we're actually taking attrition up here. Whoopsie. We're losing 800 men. Great, that's a good job, Darren. Well done. Let's just run to somewhere where we won't be losing anybody. I think it's good we were consuming food more than anything. Now, something else I wanted to do was we have borderlands on still in quite a lot of these places. Yeah, all the places with the most free men we have borderlands on, which is going to give us that extra manpower and fort defense as well. And then the places where I think the most tribesmen are, we had the civilization change, although now we don't need it here. So, Maeotia Minores, which is over here, there is no tribesmen there anymore. It's mostly free men. So let's change this to borderlands. We have Mantessa, which is it's basically nothing. It's one region. It's tempting to give that one away as well, actually, into a client. Although I did invest time into it, so I'd like to stick with it. Sarmatia. Sarmatia, we're centralizing the population. Oh yeah, okay. There's 138 slaves there, 114 in Torica, 100 in Maeotia Minores. What about citizens? The most in Torica. Okay, not much we can do. I mean, we've got pretty good policies on, I think. For what's where. Let's get some of these techs now that we're up a bit. Oh man, I should have got this one right now. Anyway. Primary culture happiness, sure. Religious provincial investment costs, okay. Olympia's fallen ill, uh-oh. Just run. Oh, she can probably afford to. She has arthritis, oh no. Man, she is always prone to being unwell. Her martial and finesse have lowered. She's got almost no finesse. She is siphoning funds right now, which is increasing her own wealth. We'll just have to stop it though. Seeking treatment is far more important, and we have a level 8 finesse doctor. So hopefully it goes okay. Hey, manpower's finally coming back up. Which is good. Okay, 1,200. Great. Now we're making 1,000 every 2 months. And we're just going to wait and see if someone wants to attack me. That's fair game on them, but we're not going to reach out to attack anyone just yet. I think I'll go for Saracia just to get a little bit of that extra manpower. And it's a nice, small, manageable place with no allies. And then we'll think about going back into Asia Minor. Asia Minor is going to be really tough to break up. Touched by Hermes. Trapezus has seen a huge influx of traders and travelers from far and wide recently. One of our advisors jokingly suggests it must have been blessed by Hermes himself. It might have been a joke, but paying our dues to the god might be a good idea nonetheless. It could only be a boost in long-term business, right? We'll be inspired by the god and make the most out of this. We'll get 380 and local tax 20%. Or we can say, you know what? We're going to sacrifice to the god and get a national tax. But I don't have the money to do that, so we'll have to go with this one. And we can use that money just to immediately get some more stuff. Loyalty for everybody. Okay. That's something I haven't been doing, is using any of these investments. We did a little bit in the beginning with this place. It's up to 101 pops now. We did some of the ones where we could build extra buildings and things like that. We still have new buildings we could be capitalizing on here. So it's just 29 pops here, so... What would we get with a training camp? Or, yeah. Manpower will go from 663 to 709, plus 45. You kidding me? That's huge. Build 2 of those. And then... Maybe we'll also build another... what's it called? Actually, an academy would be good for the promotion. So we have a lot of Scythians here. So we still need to convert them. So we're similar. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one then. That's not. It's not promotion. It's assimilation. So we want something, I think, over here. Assimilation speed +1. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep speeding it up. We just need time to go by even quicker. Treatment successful. She's been healed. She lost arthritis. That's an amazing treatment for back in the day. Hey, look at the kid. There he is. He's 5 years old now. He's got some hair. He's got a face. Kind of looks like his dad. He's deceitful. Ooh. Monthly corruption is increased. Already he's a little bit corrupt. And 1 finesse. So he's at 2531. So it's not bad. He's not bottoming out. At least not yet. Anything can happen. He has chances of gaining everything, but when he reaches his teens, he has chances of losing things. The Olympic Games, who do we want to send? Let's send this 21-year-old, Athenodorus. So Mantessa is losing its food. A venomous tongue. The governor of Krobzia is a particularly weasel-like man. In fact, he's making himself now clear more than ever. He has begun stirring up the people of his governorate. Governorate. Perhaps hoping to challenge our rule. Unfortunately, he is well regarded in this locale. Our response must be made with care. We can't move him. He'll lose 33 loyalty. He has 100. Or we can say the debt of treason must be paid in blood. Province will lose 66. He'll be imprisoned. What's he doing wrong? He's just begun stirring up the people. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Throw him in jail. I should have checked that loyalty. Okay, he's okay. Thankfully. Looking pretty good. We've got a little bit of unhappiness around the place, though, because we do have a lot of culture that's not ours. Our culture is only making up 37% of our entire nation. So that's really something we just need to focus on big time now, which is converting the cultures of everywhere else if we can. There's nothing really we can do to egg it on, though. Like, you can do... where is it? What the hell? Cultural assimilation, which does increase it by 3. But I kind of need the manpower more than anything. We have the potential to have 138,000 manpower. We've only got 8. So we just got to hammer home on that manpower for a while. I know it's a little bit slow, but that's just what we got to do so we can prepare for the next acquisition. I wonder if there's anything we can do with laws. We don't... yeah, actually, we do have good stability. We could do laws now if we wanted to. Let's have a look if there's anything we can do. Conversion policy, none. So the next one we would need is civic advances is greater or equal to 9. And we're currently at... Jesus, we're only at 4. Alright. Not much we can do then. Building a lot of... We're making a lot of money, though. That's, like, really, really good. Although we are going to need more armies and probably increase the navy as well. To deal with that Phrygian navy. They all want steppe horses. Just going to do this one again. National Freeman Happiness. We're going to build to the navy while we're in this down period. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think. Don't think I have any hexers. 10. Alright, so that is a massive order of ships being built right now. really, I think I've put up the fleet up to around 70 or 80 there, so we're doubling the size of the fleet. Still won't be as big as some of the fleets we saw roaming around. Looks like Thebes has just lost. Athens have reappeared yet again. The ship of state. A renowned philosopher, Epicurus Liam, believes that the world will never be free of its evils until the kings and princes of this world have the spirit and power of philosophy. The ship of state must be captained by only by men of wisdom, benevolence, and authority. Epicurus Liam has identified Olympia, the first Spartacus, as one of the potential to learn the true virtues of a ruler under his diligent tutelage. Only by men, eh? Olympia wouldn't be happy about that. Nah, she's cool with it. She's cool. She gets it. Allow him to teach Olympia, so we get extra legitimacy. And this guy becomes the Philosophus, which is a job. I don't think it's for what he's good at. I think it's for finesse, isn't it? Oh, no, it's for zeal. He's got no zeal, so no. Sorry. Not going to happen. Okay, let's just keep getting technologies while we can here. Because we're just making so much money, we might as well tech ourselves up. A turn for the worse. Olympia has long complained of her injuries sustained in an incident she refuses to speak of. She was frail her whole life, hasn't she been? Oh no, epileptic, that's what it is. Last night she woke screaming in terrible pain before falling into a deep coma. We're told that the Bosporan Kingdom prepares for the worst, yet if we send for the finest physicians in the land, it may at least put our people's fears at rest. Send for trained medicus. Oh no, she actually might die. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna go into a fucking crisis. I can feel it. Shit. And if our son gets in power, like, what do we do then? Leostratus will be out of the job. Alright, guys. You gotta put your faith in these percentage chances now. Big time. Okay? This is gonna cost 400 gold. Which we don't have. We just bought a bunch of technology. Which I wish I could just give back. I didn't even need it. There's gonna be a 25% chance that she'll die. 25% chance. Okay? 25% chance. Do you feel lucky? 25% chance that we lose 5 for stability, and then 50% chance that nothing happens, okay? Now, if we let nature take its course, it's a 50-50. But at least this way, it's only a 25% chance she dies. That's the one we just want to avoid, right? 75% chance that doesn't happen. Here we go. Come on. Oh, is it okay? It's okay. She's all right. She made it. We didn't even take the hit. Awesome. Okay, but we've gone into debt because of that. So bad planning. Due to the severe shortage of money, we've been forced to sell our entire reserve of military supplies. Shit. So morale of armies has gone down for 5 years. Yikes. Whew. Well, she lives. She lives. But is she in a coma, or is she just out of that now? Yeah, I guess that doesn't really show itself. She's rival to Kasake's cavalry guy. Kasake himself. Oh man, that was tense. Look at this. Kasake is fighting in the arena. This boy can't get enough of his stuff. For some, the thrill of death or injury is enough to forego propriety. Man, what a hero. It's like, yeah, we're not at war anymore, so he's just like in the arena, just sharpening the tip of the spear. And he's got his beautiful wife, and their 3 beautiful children. That guy looks weird. Oh yeah, we looked at her before. I said she looked really young for the age. She's 40. She looks quite young though. And then she has kids of her own. Satyara Yorpaska. Yorpaska? Whew. Well, that was a close one. The dreaded Coma. Of course she made it. Olympia is on our side. Should have sacrificed to Olympus. How's our boys doing as well? We should be getting a lot of this. We're drilling all the armies. Yeah, they're up to 50% discipline. Arrival at court. Lately, our Basilissa, Olympia the First Spartacus, has come into conflict with Vizina or Orlosus at every turn and decision. Their opinions persistently clashing. If one of them says south, the other will simply say north. If one wants to trade with a neighbor, the other will argue for war. This constant bickering is ruining whatever authority Olympia used to have, and the atmosphere in Tafros is at a breaking point. Fine, have it your way then, Venzia. Or Vezina. Or, enough of this nonsense, you are not the Basilissa of the Bosporan Kingdom, Vezina. Obviously going with the second one. Pipe down, you old fool. Alright, cool. Man, it's constant events. King Zutula offers friendship. So the king of the Dacian local power of Zargadava. So that's our client state. Yeah, okay. So our ships are gathering. And they're still being built. I like seeing them just kind of gather over there. Our Philosophus has passed away. So we have Askin's Kasake. So the son of the leader of Kasake's cavalry. Philosophus. 9 zeal. Bit of a religious man. Perhaps. Oh yeah, now that we're allies with Egypt, we can actually see all their armies and stuff. That's pretty neat. A war with Phrygia might be on the cards if we can get Egypt to agree to it, which they will. And the only allies that will join are the Nesiotic League. So Macedon aren't going to join them because it's the other way around, isn't it? It's Phrygia guaranteeing Macedon. Very interesting indeed. I'd be so tempted to do that just because of Egypt. But we're just not fully ready yet. But I think maybe in the next episode, we could make a grab for this piece of territory here and this little piece here. So what I'm going to do is sow the seeds for that. And let's do some fabrication. It's in covert. I'm just going to collapse these down. So 20. So we want to go for Herakleotos. There it is. That's going to take a little while to occur, but it should be good. Should be good. Is this all Herakleotis? No, then we have Bithynia Inferior. Might be also worth fabricating on Bithynia later. Bithynia Inferior, not necessarily the actual country, although we should do that as well. That'll be an interesting one, man. If we could just get Egypt to agree. They've got a 93 fleet. Things are coming together. We're playing with the big boys now, which is making this pretty fun. I'm gonna keep improving. What's the opinion? So we've maxed out our opinion pretty much. I'm gonna send them a gift. That's actually a pretty big gift. I'm not gonna send them that. Oh yeah, support rebels. Attempt to incite a rebellion in the Hellenistic power of Egypt. You have a truce with Phrygia, so you can't do this yet. So when's this truce over? 2 years. How very, very interesting. This guy... Okay. Alright, we'll keep that on the cards. We'll keep that on the cards. There's a pirate fleet roaming around there. Let's train our fleet. Let's see if we can engage this pirate fleet. Maybe steal some ships for ourselves. You really can't have time go by that fast when you're on when you're dealing with the sea, because they just hop around. He went from like here somewhere to there so quickly that I didn't even catch it. So where's he going? He's going, I don't know, just one of these areas. We'll keep giving chase, but they're going to be light ships, so we're not going to be able to catch them as quickly. I don't want him raiding me. Uh-oh. One of my ships ran into his ship. Yikes. Damn, it's so annoying. He's just that little bit too quick for us. Is he going into dock? He's actually not moving anymore. Level 12, though. Oh, there he is. He's after raiding. Motherfuckers. We're so close now. They're still not moving. Now they are. So hang on a sec. He could only be going here. And we still won't catch him. Oh no, he came down here. I'm confused. Why aren't we in a battle? Okay. Well, now we're in a battle. I guess he attacked the smaller ships on their own first somehow. I don't understand how that happened, but okay. Either way, we had the wrong tactic, but we're going to manage to beat him because it's just overwhelming numbers. Finally put an end to some of these pirates. Sort of. There we go. Their ships are going down. 13 of their ships have fled. Nice. So yeah, let me just check the screen, actually see what happened. So we gained 6 Libranians. 69. All right. All right, cool. Little naval battle. There, we had some engagement in this episode, which is good to see. Gonna be keeping an eye on these little nations, see if they're ever gonna expand. Hope they do. Hope my theory on that is correct. Pirates again. So you know what? Just hunt fleets. You guys can just hunt fleets and do what you want to do. We've got the money to easily support more ships, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, so let's do that. Build to navy. The mega polyremes are being built now. Gonna get a few more hex errors in. Alright. Cool. And then we have naval range 15%. Let's do it. Now, anything else we can be building? Construct city buildings or settlement buildings. So let's have a look at settlement buildings to see what else we could be doing. Pop assimilation suite. So provincial legation would be nice. So let's pop that around. That's actually expensive to do, but at least we'll be clearing up some of the culture problems that we had. Although I think actually up here culture is not too... it's a little mixed. What are we up to now? 37.71 and 77%, so still pretty bad. Aggressive expansion's gone down a lot though, so that means that people aren't going to be too pissed off with us. We're up to 25,000 manpower now, we're gaining 621 each month, so these buildings have been paying off. We've increased our manpower in this episode per month by 200. Maybe just a little less than 200, probably about 150. So that's definitely we're gonna feel those effects. Oh, look, she's starting to go grey. The industrious folk of Trapezus have excelled themselves, contributing their own personal funds to develop the infrastructure of their fine city. We hope this attitude can be mirrored by some of our less loyal subjects. The city of Trapezus gains a granary. Sure. Citizens abroad. Some of our citizens have left Teneus, Bosporanum. Here. To settle down in our vassal Sarmatia city of Catius. So they're literally just going from here to here. As they get more used to our ways and learn from our citizens, we hope Sarmatia will be able to advance and become more civilized as well. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. So we'll give them 2 citizens. Will that help that? After all, it's just part of the agreement we made with them with the migratory tribes. There's nothing I can do about it, but good to know. I would love it if they became more civilized, because we could actually integrate them. Doesn't show you the civilization level of other countries though, I don't think. Although you can look at it. There's a civilization map mode, isn't there? Yeah. So what are they at? Oh, they're at 20.50. So that's, yeah, it's not going to happen for a long time then. Okay. Wow, these guys are pretty uncivilized. Surrounded by civilization. Moria are pretty thick. Alright, 31st of October, 25246. Oh, Leo Stratus, he's 56 years old. You know, if I'll be honest, he did do well, and we did win wars with him and fight battles, and he was a young, up-and-coming lad, and he won the Olympics and everything. But he really didn't do as well as I thought he would have done. He's actually depressed now. I feel quite bad for him. Who knows? Maybe his son will. I think the real star of the show has been Kasake, because Kasake and that cavalry just ran rings around almost every enemy we came across. And I didn't think that would be too effective going up against Phrygia, but not fighting the actual battles and just taking out towns, that was so effective. I gave it to Radatensia because we used to be at war and we want to keep them happy. Okay, cool. We're up to 26,000. We really should have more than 3 armies in the field, though. Because if you look at... how many cohorts is this? If we just count them up. 32, 40, 42 cohorts. That's, like, so small for our size. A major power with only 42 cohorts is, like, kind of embarrassing. These guys, for instance, are a major power with 210. So we really do need to have way more. Now, we have so much money that we could definitely be using mercenaries if we were to go on the... if we had a war now. For sure. But really it's just about getting our manpower up and then recruiting our own boys, I think. And starting to recruit heavy infantry I think would be good. I don't know if we've gotten any iron yet. So if I just go somewhere over to Rome, there's iron around here somewhere, I think. There. So if we click iron, now the dark gray spells are going to show up the iron. And you can just see there's iron up here. And that's 2 separate areas. We're actually really close to that. But that's uncolonized right now. And that's it. There's like no other iron. There's iron right here. Nice big patch of it. But again, that's just in Sarmatia. It's right next to us, but it's not quite what we want. So we don't have local iron yet, which means we can't actually produce any heavy infantry without importing it. We probably could import it though. Holy crap. Italy, Latium has 12 trade routes. Damn. But yeah, so we can't really focus on heavy infantry and dealing with like major pitched battles against Phrygia, I don't think, until we get that from somewhere. Egypt probably would actually be willing to trade it. If we were to so ask. Let's see if we were just to cancel something here. Well, we don't need to cancel it, we can just check this way. So the only people that are willing to give us iron, or can give us iron, is Athens, Apulia, and Media Magna. And they do not want to do that. None of them want to do it. So we just don't have any. We are effed for iron. Iron is right there, right in front of us. At Okyetes and Ze. How much we can do? Pretty much picked up all the technologies we can. We've advanced to the next oratory civilization level has gone up by 2%, which is good. So we're going to be climbing now a bit more. Nice. Alright, yeah, really not that much else to do. Just keep hammering on time, letting it go by. These two can grow old together. And 9 for aesthetics. Zenari's Kasake has been showing great promise in his civic duties, and has become renowned as quite the artisan. He recently completed a marvelous design for a new fortress. We could erect this masterpiece on behalf of the state. However, such architectural vision would surely be valuable to the right visitor, or investor. So we could get the fort and he'll gain loyalty, or we could gain some money and he'll gain some money. Where's the fort going to be built? Sabaranum. Here. No, that's we destroyed a fort there. I'll say no. Tribute income 10%. Nice. 29.06. Beautiful. Really, really strong money. I would argue that not many other countries are making as much as we are, but we are really, really low on the amount of manpower we have, and armies in general. We have a province, or a claim on the province of Heracleotis. This gives us a CB. So yeah, that was down here. So that means that if we want, we could potentially go to war with these guys. Now, based on who Phrygia are, I don't think they're just guaranteeing people. So they don't have any allies, so they can't call to war, right? I don't think so. So we should be okay. We should be okay. We can call in Egypt. They're willing to do it. So Egypt will come in from the south. Maybe their navy will be put to use. How much is Phrygia's navy still? Is it still big? It's 129. Maybe we should try to match their navy, beat their navy in a pitched battle, and then we could just have run of the coast and run of all the coastlines, really. Do some slave raiding and stuff like that. I think that would be that'd be great. So let's do that. We're going to keep increasing the navy. Buffing it up to like 150 ships. So we're at about 80 now. You're going to need 50 more. 1, 2. What is this? A Teter. See, for some reason they're not actually organized the way it is on this list. So I kind of built wrong, actually. Well, that's all we can build for now. Alright, we are advancing even more. Pop capacity is going up. Commerce is going up. Values are going up. Oh, look who wants to trade. It's Macedon. They want steppe horses. It's tempting to do it because maybe they'd actually like me more if we did trade with them. Sure. I hope they like me a bit more later. This is barely moving. We are barely converting anybody. Hasn't even gone up by 1% this whole playthrough. 37.68. You can see all these numbers shifting though as we're growing new freemen and citizens and things like that, and slaves. It's kind of neat. 18 potential buildings here, man. This is such a powerhouse of a capital. 110 pops. What's the deal? People are still migrating in here. Oh my days, there's so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count all that. I don't know, it's just too much. 15? Something like 15 pops? No one's migrating away. The migration value here is just huge because it's a metropolis, coastal port, like available capacity. Slave ratio is actually growing. Oh. No. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. So let's build more for maybe the forum, right? The manpower ratio. The freeman ratio, I should say. We could maybe start removing some of the aqueducts because it's a bit much. Who do we want to send? An 18-year-old Tripuskar or a 19-year-old Zenonid? Send the Zenonid. So we are gaining migration attraction based on how many aqueducts we have, basically. But I think, yeah, getting rid of 1 or 2 of them would be a smart move. Alright, lack of commander on Kasake. Whoa. What? I didn't read the message of who just died. No way was that Kasake. Let's find the family. Oh my god, he died. He had dementia. I didn't even know. I like to think, yeah, he just went crazy and he's just fighting in the arena. Well, press F's in chat or in comments for Kasake, because what a hero that guy was. I wish that we almost had stats to see how many battles this guy won on his own. His mother died kind of young as well. That's so sad. Yeah, he's out. Dead since July 2nd, 548. So yeah, just a month ago. But it doesn't tell me how old he was when he died. I'd have to go back in the video and look at it. I probably will. I'm eager to know that. I really liked him. He was just so good. Always had high martial until, like, obviously dementia, and then he had a rash. Oh no, he was rash. Sorry, it says personality. She's now a leper. Oh, his son is chaste. His fertility is down. Damn. So that line is ending, at least with him. His daughters have children, though. So the Yerpaskas are kind of descended in a way. Holy shit, look at this guy. He's only 12. He's 12 martial and he's only 19. And he's, you know, his granddad, right? I'm pretty sure I'm right with that. His grandfather is Kasake. Yeah, alright. Alright, I'm listening. I think we know who to put in charge of Kasake's cavalry. Cleanthes Yerpaska. Well, let's just, before we do that, let's check his brother and sister out. Nothing crazy there. Fine orator, his sister. Satira. Okay then. So what's his name? Cleanthes Yerpaska. Oh, there he is, straight at the top. Waiting to take over his grandfather's army. The men will love it. The men will love it. They're loyal to someone else right now, but they'll love it. They're loyal to actually Kasake's son, which is pretty cool. I didn't know it did that. That's pretty cool. In time, they'll grow to be loyal to the person they're loyal is now's nephew, which is this guy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it called Kasake's cavalry. Beautiful thing. Raising a host. Leostratus, in his capacity as general, has begun using his own personal funds to augment the size of his assigned army. We're unsure whether to applaud his initiative, or worry over the intentions behind this action. Nonsense. Leo's doing a great job. Or, that's troubling. Or, what are the new units to disband? No, we'll let him do it. So we just got 3,000 free troops there. And how's the... Yeah, the discipline's up to 50%. So Kasake's cavalry, before the end of the ep, we're just going to send them in on a triumphal rate, like destruction of some barbarians here. I'd love to see it. Using the same tactics. Let's go. Absolutely destroy them. Kasake would be damn proud. They lost 40 of our 10,000. Amazing. Alright, cool. So that's going to be it for the end of this episode. Kind of one of these interstitial episodes between wars. We're going to keep building up the manpower in the next one. I'm not going to be too rash and just jump straight into another war, unless I obviously get attacked. But I think Phrygia are on the cards, or maybe just real quick one against Sarassia first. We don't need to attack them. I just like the idea of getting an extra vassal there in case Colchis or Iberia end up attacking them themselves. So yeah, so that might be a nice little one to prepare, and as long as I can do it where we don't lose too many, right? We just do it quickly. Because Sarassia, they've only got 15 cohorts. They do have a lot of money, so they might raise mercenaries. They have no allies, though, and they've only got 1 fort. So, you know, if we just literally put everyone on the edge and bomb our way in, we should just overwhelm them really quickly and lock it down. So I think that's what I'll do, and then we'll do a Phrygian war while the navy kind of builds up to the level we need it. We're at 90 now, and we've got 5 more coming, so yeah, we need about another 30, 40 ships, and then we should be good to go against the Phrygian navy. We do also have the Egyptian navy, but you never know whether or not we can pair up with them or not. So we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, I'm excited to see what happens against Phrygia and Paphlagonia. Those two together are going to be a fun one to fight. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.